I'm going to set myself a bit of a challenge to be really brave, imperfections and all, to just come on and talk about the things that matter to me, because I strongly suspect that a lot of my OCD, depression, bipolar was actually misdiagnosed when I was younger, and I suspect it all actually is ADHD, and it was symptoms of trying to live in a world that didn't feel very safe, really. And obviously I'm very passionate about the neurodivergent stuff because of my beautiful kids, and it's something that I want to do. I want to talk about it more. Being a woman in my 40s and discovering this stuff about myself has been really, really expansive, and I want to share my side. It's been a while since I've uploaded properly, so I'm just going to give you a very, very small snippet into why I'm here and what I'm passionate about, and why I chose to home educate my kids. In case you don't know me, if you're new here, thank you for following me. Thank you for being my friend. So I'm Liz. I'm 43. I'm going to be 44 in September. I have a long history with mental health problems. When I was, 11, I was diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder. And then along came depression, and over the following years, through my teenage years, bipolar, manic depressive, psychotic, all those sorts of labels were given to me. However, now that I have an autistic son and I highly suspect an ADHD daughter, I've discovered that actually I'm ADHD too. And I think that those illnesses were symptoms of undiagnosed ADHD. Since I've discovered this about myself, it's actually, I've been lucky. I found it really helpful. It's really helped me ground myself in who I am and be comfortable with who I am, and allow myself to live on my terms and what I'm comfortable with. So when I was a teenager, I ended up in young people's psychiatric hospitals because I was so severely ill with my OCD. It took over everything. It wasn't just the cleanliness, so that was part of it. I had magical thoughts that if I put my clothes on correctly, by putting my arm in correctly or my sock on correctly, that if I did it right, my whole family would be okay, particularly my mum, people that I loved, best friends and things like that. And if I did it wrong, quote unquote, that would cause them to die, to have an accident and die, and I would lose them. It became so debilitating that my mum had to, unfortunately, even, back in the 90s, fight like tooth and nail to get me help that I needed. And so when I was 14, I went to a young person's hospital in Hampshire in England, and I spent a good few months there where I was taught CBT skills. I was heavily medicated, and I did meet an awful lot of cool, wonderful people who I'm thankful that I still get to see on social media these days. But sadly, some of those people I don't have in my life anymore because they left. And that's why mental health is incredibly important to me, not just for the years that I spent battling it in psychiatric places, but for the people I've lost along the way. Now that I have this understanding of myself that I'm ADHD, and I've become much more comfortable in my own skin, maybe that's with age as well, but I've lost too many people to mental health problems over the years. They ain't ever coming back. And so it is something that I get really passionate about. It is something that I wish I could wave a magic wand and fix for everybody. But that is a big part of who I am and why I now home educate my own children, because of the mental health effects that the school system had on not only my son, but then I saw it happening with my daughter as well. We've battled for a long time with the school system, with my son, with getting him his autistic diagnosis. A lot of people in the neurodivergent community and with kids that are like it know this battle only too flipping well. And it got to a point for me that I couldn't put my kids through it anymore, and I couldn't put me through it anymore. After 7 years of battling with schools, CAMHS, GPs, professionals, once it started happening with my daughter going to high school, I was terrified for her to go to high school, and I was terrified for how I was going to deal with going through more battles to get her the reasonable adjustments as they are for her to survive. So by day 9 of high school, she broke down completely, and I completely and utterly fell apart that morning. I just couldn't do it anymore. 7 years of battling, being told I was rubbish, I was a bad mum, I wasn't getting my kids into school, I wasn't doing this, I wasn't doing that. Despite numerous attempts to jump through all of their hoops that they gave me to jump through. And I jumped them, pirouetted, did everything they wanted, and still it wasn't good enough. And it got to a point where, you know what, they're my kids. I'm happy for them to be seen and looked after by professionals and, you know, adhere to safeguarding procedures. But at the end of the day, they're my kids, and their mental health and their happiness is all that freaking matters. And it was the start of a massive, massive piece of freedom for all of us. So that freedom has actually allowed me to come back and start sharing with everybody, to feel much more calm and balanced in myself. It's not perfect, don't get me wrong, but it has allowed me to have time to heal, for my kids to heal, and for me to then come back and feel able to actually come and support other people. So I'm currently training to be a parent coach. I'm already an art therapist, a life coach, an artist. I've already run my own business through Etsy for a very, very long time, which was due to having to do it because of my children's needs. So I did it. I just wanted to come on and make a better ending because my video cropped weirdly. I can't save it. Technology fun. So thank you so much for watching my little video of what I've shared over this mental health week. I'm definitely going to be uploading more in the future. I've been absolutely overwhelmed with everybody reaching out and following and making new friends over this week, and I'm really glad that it's touched you. I'm sorry that you're going through all the stuff that I've been through, but if we can band together, we are hugely better together as a community. The biggest plus for me going through this journey has been the community that I've found for myself through Facebook and everything, and if I can become a part of yours, that would really make me happy, and we can work together to get through this crazy journey called life. So thank you again, and I'll be back soon. Bye.